So in our drawing, we're dealing with some new skills. So we know how to blend colors and everything. So that part's not necessarily new. The skill part that we're working on mostly is how we're blending these colors together with light and shadows. So parts of this green are going to have to seem darker based on the fact of where the light would be coming from. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to create shades of color. So shades are when a color becomes darker. So here we have this light green. What I want to do is start working my way up to the black, but we know we can't jump straight to black because that wouldn't look very realistic. So what I'm going to do first is looking at the oil pastels that I have. This is a green that's darker. So what would happen as light hits this pear and it can't wrap all the way around, just like when we talked about our apple, part of it is going to seem darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start curving some darker green marks up from the bottom where the pear would seem like it's darker. Later, if I was talking about this, I would tell someone this is a shade of green. It's a shade of green because your green middle tone started out as that light green. So it's a shade of green because here the green is getting darker. Typically when you make a shade, you're adding black to a color, but here we're going to a darker green without having to do that first. The nice thing is this will sort of help separate, because at first it started to look like this big giant blobby green thing, but now that I'm showing the roundness of each form, this will actually separate them. So this is a big round form, this is a big round form. So then I'm going to come over here. If light's coming from this direction, this is going to seem lighter, down here would seem darker. The same thing would happen on the other pair. So this is going to be darker at the bottom where the light can't touch it that much. But as it comes up towards the wider part, this is sticking out where the light can actually hit it. But the unique opportunity we have here, because this pair is in front of this one, is we're actually going to be making this one a little bit darker, because this one later will seem like it's casting a shadow onto the pair behind it. So then to get that painted on look, we can see this looks colored on, this looks painted on. Then I'm going to blend the material into the other color. So you're working on doing that with yours, I'm working on doing that with mine.